Hi everyone, welcome to Journal Entry 2. This is going to be a short one. It's just something that I'm trying to figure out now with my son. My son is 6, he has ASD, and I recently took him to his 6-year routine doctor visit. And at that visit, I brought up that I suspect that my son might have ADHD in addition to autism. And my son's pediatrician, mentioned that I should start looking for a developmental pediatrician because they would be better equipped at diagnosing and figuring out what he has or doesn't have. So, of course, I will do that. It's been on my radar for many, many years to find him a good developmental pediatrician. But I don't really know much about ADHD. Everything that I have Googled, it seems like he has it. But I'm not an expert, so I'm not sure, but I'm trying to find someone that will know. Because I know that if he does have ADHD and he does get a diagnosis for it, from what I know is that it will go on his IEP, his individualized education plan, which he currently has now. But I know that they can put that diagnosis in there, and that can at least impact some of the goals, or we could add extra goals to work on those things that he might need help with. So it's so hard to pinpoint because ASD and ADHD, they kind of overlap. A lot of kids who have ASD can also have ADHD, and the symptoms are so, for example, what I've Googled is ASD kids, they are very hyper-focused, or they can be hyper-focused on one thing. Versus ADHD is they can't focus at all on one thing. And my son is somewhere in the middle. He can focus on things that he that he likes and prefers. But from what I know with ADHD is that you can't focus at all. So he falls in between. I don't know, there's just a lot that I don't know. Of course, I need to find an expert. But this is just what that's on my radar. It wasn't even on my radar. It's kind of hard to say. I kind of only recently discovered this ADHD thing that my son might have within the last year or so. But I feel like I've known this maybe for longer. Why can't he sit still? Why is he so impulsive? Why does he it's his motor is always running, he and sometimes he'll be doing something and then he'll forget he's doing that because he got distracted by something else. Not always, but sometimes, a lot of the times he can finish a task too. So so these are the things that I've been seeing that if ultimately, my goal is if it is something that we can add into his IEP, and then we can add goals in place for him in school where they can work on attention, where they can work on, finishing the task. Maybe those are great goals for him that he needs, but I need to find an expert. That's on my list. I've wanted to find a developmental pediatrician anyway since he was 2, and I haven't been able to do that because of so many other things. But that's just what I wanted to share today, is that that's what's going on now, is possible ADHD, and I'm going to see what happens from here. But thank you guys for listening, and to my kids, if you are listening someday, I love you both so much.